Shabbat Shalom, friends. Let's keep singing together.
Hello and welcome. It is so beautiful to be with all of you tonight, this amazing, beautiful day of spring, and to be gathered together here as we are from the sanctuary to our homes. I'm Rabbi Jordy, and I'm here tonight with Cantor Hollis and Jonathan Zarkauer, Jay-Z, our song leader, and with Susan and Micah DeSelms there, physically distanced from Cantor Hollis in our sanctuary, providing us with incredible music. And it is so good to be here together with you. We'll begin our service tonight with Shalom Aleichem on page 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni, Barchuni Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Last verse, Sechem, Sechem L'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Sechem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zeichem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
On page 9, we read, there are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that never can be exhausted. On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. We welcome Shabbat by lighting our Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech malchim asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lechadlik ner Shabbat.
Amen. And we turn to pages 20 and 21 to Lachado D, where we greet Shabbat as if Shabbat were our own beloved coming toward us across the fields. We'll sing verses 1, 2, 5, 8, and 9.
greet the Shabbat bride and bow to her as she arrives. Boi v'shalom, materit bala, gam b'simcha uvtzola. Alchem hunei, am sigula, boi chala, olech hudud likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela, olech hudud likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. And we turn the page, 11 lines down, we find the words Ma Gadlu Ma'asecha Ya. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Having welcomed Shabbat, we now welcome each other. If there's someone in the room with you, wish them a Shabbat Shalom, send a text message, say hello to whoever you need, and send a lot of love. Shabbat Shalom to you all. And we continue with the Chatzi Kaddish on page 26.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah B'yamad yivrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh B'chayechon uvyomechon Uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael Bagala Uvizman kariv V'yimeru Amen Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach Le'alam ulal me'al maya Yitbarach v'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei dekudeshah b'richu Leila min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Da'amiran be'alma ve'imeru. Amen.
We rise now for Baruch Hu in whatever ways we are able in our bodies and spirits. Page 28.
la lai lai lai, ya 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 lai 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 lai, ya la lai lai lai, ya la lai lai lai. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared?
You may be seated. We continue on page 30. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim v'chochma poteach sha'arim uvitfuna mishnei etim umachalif et hazmanim umsader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono ureyom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or.
Umhavir Laila, umavdil ben yubu vein Laila, Adonai tzivahot shemo, El chai v'kayam, Tamhidim lo chalenu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv aravim.
We turn the page. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form?
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha ve'ayu hadavarim ha'ele asher Anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha vedibarta bam beshivtecha beveitecha uvlechtecha vaderech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam lehot al yadecha ve'ayu letotafot beinenecha uchtavtam על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
As some of you know, I grew up in Southern California and very much without the 4 seasons of the year. We had hot and we had less hot and windy. And I have found in moving to New England, where I've been for quite a long time now, that even though I do love winter and fall and summer and all of these seasons, that I don't crave the cold weather in the way that I know that some people do. And in fact, I go into a bit of shell in the winter every year that I don't even realize I'm in until the sun starts to come out and the flowers start to bloom and there's something new in the air. And it's like a freedom that I didn't know I was missing. It reminds me of those allergy commercials where it seems all clear until suddenly a veil is lifted. So even though as my allergies start with the season of pollen, I still always at this time of year feel a new freedom that I didn't know I missed. And I think that so often that's what freedom is, something that we didn't know we were missing until all of a sudden we gained it. Our song of freedom, of celebrating something new found that we never could have imagined before, is Mi Chamocha on page 40.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot oseh veleh. Nora tehilot oseh veleh. Who is like you? Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Moses and the children crossed the sea, sang to you with songs of joy. Who is like you, Adonai? Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot oseh veleh. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you? Mi chamocha.
Hashkivenu is on page.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom. Amidenu shomrenu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, compassion and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom. Amideinu shomreinu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom. Amideinu shomreinu
We rise now as we are able for the Amidah, beginning on page 46.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanara El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Dekone Hakol Bezocher Chasti Avot V'Imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer Moshiach Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai Mechayim Itim Atah Rav Lehoshia Murit Atah Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechayim Itim Berachamim Rabim Somach Noflim V'Nofech Olim Umatir Asurim Umekayim Emunato Lishini Afar Michamocha Bal Gevurot Umito Melach Melech Mimit Umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua Fnemanat Halechayot Meitim Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh HaMeitim Atah Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh Ukedoshim b'chol yom Yehalelucha Salah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh
We continue silently now in a few moments of silent reflection and prayer, using the words of the page or turning inward to the prayer of our heart. You may be seated as you conclude your prayer.
Words of gratitude from Psalm 13. Ashira Lashem ki gamalalai. I thank you, God, for all the ways in which you have been good to me. I have always trusted in your kindness and found great joy in your love. I have always trusted in your kindness and found great joy in your love. I have always trusted in your kindness and found great joy in your love. I have always trusted in your kindness and found great joy in your love. Ashir Lashem, Ashir Lashem, Ashir Lashem, ki gamalalai. Ashir Lashem, Ashir Lashem, Ashir Lashem, ki gamalalai. Vahdi bechastika vatachti, yegeli b'yeshuatecha. Vahdi bechastika vatachti, yegeli b'yeshuatecha. Ashir Lashem, Ashir Lashem, Ashir Lashem, ki gamalalai. Ashir Lashem, Ashir Lashem, Ashir Lashem, ki gamalalai. Ashir Lashem, Ashir Lashem, Ashir Lashem, ki gamalalai. Ashir Lashem, Ashir Lashem, Ashir Lashem, ki gamalalai.
We turn now to page 253, where we find Misha Berach, our prayer for healing. And we send prayers of healing for those in need of our support, healing of mind, of body, of soul, and of spirit. And as I share names on the screen of those in our community that we know of who are in need of healing, I invite you to read those names and add those of your own.
Mishe Berach avotenu
I had a friend in high school who claimed that absolutely anything could be compared to an orange. A book is like an orange because it has a covering that doesn't reveal everything that's inside. You have to open it up to get the goods. Math class is like an orange because oranges can be sliced and divided up in all sorts of different ways. High school friendships are like an orange because sometimes they're sweet and sometimes they're sour and get stuck in your teeth. Feel free to try it. I'm pretty sure that she's right, that almost anything really can be compared to an orange. And if you have any really good ones or any stumpers, please send them my way. Sadly, as far as I know, oranges weren't known in the ancient Near East. So the ancient rabbis didn't know that Torah is also like an orange. It is full of nourishment, and it has seeds within it that can grow beautiful and delicious new fruit in every generation. Sometimes when you bite into it, it makes you shudder a little. Other times it is pure delight, and there is always more to notice about it if you just keep peering close inside. Since they couldn't compare everything to oranges, throughout history, rabbis have had to develop something else to compare everything to. More often than not, the thing that rabbis have made comparisons to is the wilderness. We were slaves in Egypt. We made it out and we made our way to the promised land. But in order to get there, we had to spend huge amounts of time wandering in the desert. 4 whole books of the Torah are devoted to our wandering in the desert. We had to continue to learn and explore and find out about who we were as a people before we could make it to the promised land. We had to discover how to take care of ourselves and each other and how to build a just and fair and kind society. We had to think we knew where we were going and get it wrong a lot of the time. We had to learn how to develop rituals and learn when to work and when to rest. We had to learn how to appreciate the miracles of the world around us, how to say thank you, and how to feel awe. We had to learn about our own power and also to feel our own humility. All of these things take time, and the path is not straight. The promised land is always a little further on. So the wilderness is a really good comparison for almost any moment in our lives. That said, the fact is that right now, in the metaphor of the wilderness, we are all in different places at this particular moment. Some folks here who are already fully vaccinated and beginning to see people or to travel may feel like they are almost already in the promised land. Others, like kids and parents of kids who are just heading back to full-time school now after 13 months of remote and hybrid learning, may still feel like they are just barely leaving slavery. Still others may feel like they're lost in the wilderness, not sure where they're headed or how long it will take to get there, or even where there is, with the rules seeming to change all the time. With spring here, but so much still unknown and changing every day. With new challenges in our society raised and old struggles brought to light, some of us may feel like we are in all of these places in our wilderness journey all at the same time. But a part of the wilderness metaphor that I think can tie all of us together, even though we may all be feeling like we are at different points in the story, is the metaphor of counting the Omer. The Torah teaches that after the festival of the first day of Passover, we should count off 7 weeks. Shiva Shavuot Tisparlach. Raising up your Omer, the sheaf of your harvest, each day for 49 days, until on the 50th day, the holiday of Shavuot, you bring an offering of new grain to God. 49 days from the moment of leaving slavery behind, we count each and every day. Tonight, when the sun goes down, we count Hayom Shlosha Asar Yom, Shehem Shavua Echad V'Shisha Yamin LaOmer. Today is the 13th day, which is 1 week plus 6 days of the Omer. And during these days, we are spiritually called to be in a continual practice of leaving Egypt, Mitzrayim, which itself translates as the narrow place. In coming out of Egypt, in the words of Rabbi Melissa Beyer Whitman, we celebrate leaving behind constriction and limitation of choice. We journey out into the open space, which is liberating, but is also uncharted terrain, where we may encounter doubt, uncertainty, and fear. Our tradition teaches us that as we are journeying forth from oppression and constriction, we are to count every single day out loud, making us aware both of where we have been and where we are going, looking toward the future, toward the bounty that lies ahead, while also acknowledging the past and appreciating the significance of this moment, wherever we are right now. All of us, wherever we are in our personal story of the wilderness this year, have this opportunity to count together, to allow ourselves to feel the weight and significance of each and every day of this period and to honor it, to acknowledge in it what has been lost to us, and also to call ourselves to awareness of the extraordinary blessings this particular day does have to offer. There will never be another day exactly like this one. So we count this day on our journey from constriction toward bounty by asking ourselves, what in this day has counted for me? What do I want to bring intentionality to so it can count more? And also, if I open this day up and unpeel its covering, what fruit do I find inside? How might I divide up this day in different ways? How do I want to slice it? What about this day has been sweet? And what do I make sure doesn't get stuck between my teeth? So this day of the Omer too is like an orange. It presents us with the opportunity to bite into it and to be nourished by it, to cast off the bitter pieces that we cannot bear, or to let ourselves shiver and shudder and feel their sharp bite. Whatever intention we bring to this day, not only do we count this day, but we allow it and ourselves to count. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sefirat ha'omer. Blessed are you, God, who instructs us to count each day of the Omer. Shabbat Shalom. And with that, we turn to our closing prayers with Aleinu, beginning at the bottom of page 282. Please rise as you are able.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כרם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, לתקן עולם במלכות שדי, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהי אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
As we turn to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish, tonight we are marking the yahrzeit of Morris Appelman, Edward Bean, Daniel Bloom, Bertha Bunderoff, Harry Dangel Jr., Morris Drell, Anne Gallant-Falkoff, William Feinberg, David Gerwitz, Beryl Israelite, Glennis Kaplan, Harold Lasserson, Gladys Lasserson, Marilyn Lieberman, Lillian Meyerowitz, Herman Ostrer, Bernard L. Popkin, Arthur Prince, Sheila Roslyn Welt, Ann Kaplan Rubin, Nathan Schreier, Bob Shaw, Rose Z. Spencer, Barbara Starr, Simon Sadkin, Ruth Whitefield Friedman, Muriel Wilson, David Winnick, and Lawrence Yorks. And we are within the period of Shloshim, the memory of Cantor Jody Sheckman and Dr. Eleanor Clow, aunt of Max Clow. If I have mispronounced any names, or if there are others that you would link with theirs in memory, please name them now. And we recite together these words of the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divarach yerute v'amlich malchute, v'chayechon uvyomechon, uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, v'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam ulalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom biromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. And we say, amen. As we turn in just a moment to raise our cups for Kiddush and blessing of our day, a few announcements. Tomorrow night will be our ACE Trivia Night, our next one. The last one we had was such an incredible success. Please join us for a night of questions and answers and community. Then on Sunday, in the afternoon, we are celebrating Yom Ha'atzmaut a little early, Israeli Independence Day, with Yom Ha'atzmaut across North America, a concert with an early VIP event. Please join us for that. And that evening, Sunday evening, we have an event from our mental health initiative called Myth Busting, the Truth About Eating Disorders, where our own Marilyn Newman will be offering us her wisdom and insight about eating disorders and body image. Finally, as some of you know, we have started a group called Parenting and the Pandemic, which is a group or support group for parents, particularly of K-12 children. This group is really intended not just to talk about parenting, but about wherever the people in the group are at. And we have some spaces left. So even though we started this past week, the group has been willing to include a few more people if you would like to. I have heard that the group this past week was absolutely incredible. So if you were wavering about that, we've reopened the registration and there are a few more spaces. So please sign up by Tuesday at the latest, and then we will be closing the group. So with that, I want to give a huge thank you to our musicians, to Jonathan, to Susan and Micah. Thank you so much. And always, Cantor Hollis, it is so good to lead with you. And we turn to page 5 for Kiddush and Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'yachava uvratzon, hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha, v'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom.
Amen. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, friends. Good Shabbos.
Shabbat shalom.